Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Oh my God, we've got everybody in the building today. Okay, Lila Berry, we gotta talk about your salmon cakes. Okay, girl, let's talk about the salmon cakes. Who's Frankie? Thanks so much for being here early. And I hope, what are you making for dinner? Who's Frankie? What you making for dinner? Okay, let us know. For those of you guys who are not watching this live, go on ahead and skip to 5 minutes in because that's when we will officially start. We have 11 people in the room right now. Yeah, Lila, I need to know about these salmon cakes. Okay, ma'am. Thumbs it up. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. We're going to talk about Love After Lockup. So let's do a little intro. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episodes 39 and 40, Third Time's the Charm, and Halfway House Handoff. We're talking about two things. I have been out of town. Last week, I started to watch the episode, but it was only 16 minutes of the episode, so I didn't get to watch the full thing. And then yesterday, I watched everything. I was actually out of town. If you guys do not know, I traveled for work. So if you're at all interested, please go ahead and follow me on my social media platforms. You can see me on Snapchat at Wicked Wah. You can see me on Instagram as Just Call Me Wah. You can see me on TikTok as Just Call Me Wah. Snapchat is a little bit more intimate. I have to add you on there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Annie, welcome back. Annie was just here yesterday. She was very supportive. Thank you so much, Annie, for all your support. Absolutely love it. And Ramsterdam, hey girl, hey. So I do have a moderator. Thank God, Ramsterdam. We've got nice way to spend an early Saturday night in these weird, weird times. All right, Ramsterdam. And we've got Clementine. Wait, there's accent. So an accent, you say that syllable, not louder, but more. Clementine. No, that would be the accent on that. Clementine. I'm not sure. Ma'am, tell me phonetically how to say your name. But hello, welcome. I've never seen you before. Welcome. Hello, the domestic gordita. How are you? Oh my gosh, I've got a Snapchat already. Annie, you spoil me. Thank you so much, Annie, for that super chat. I am spoiled. Love you guys so much. I'm feeling much better today. Yesterday, I had a headache. It was not good. It was hard for me yesterday. If you watched my Say What with me and Chris, that was a really hard live for me, guys. But I made it through. I watched it back today because I was so nervous because I thought you guys could tell like how much of a headache I had. And it didn't look as bad, but I know my attitude was a little yum, 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 yum. Tiana, hello. How are you? I haven't seen you, my dear. Haven't seen you. Hope you're well. Lindsay J, thank you. My moderators, Ramsterdam, Lindsay J, Tiana, love you guys so much. Queen Francine is in the building. Francine Lopez. Oh, Tony just added me as a friend. Okay, Tony, I'm going to accept your friend request. There we go. Hi, Paige. Hi, how are you? Hi, Margot. Hello, hello, hello. And Quasi's here. Oh, I got all the moderators, girl. Listen, today is a positive day, okay? You know what? This is a message to my moderators. One, thank you guys so much for all that you do. I 100% appreciate you guys coming in every single time I go live. You guys, I don't even tell my moderators I'm going live. I just go live, okay? I think the only moderator that I really talk to outside of this is probably Tiana and sometimes Lynn J. So, and then Mickey when we're in other platforms like Facebook. So like, I want to thank you guys so much. Chris and I absolutely love your support. We love the fact that you guys are here and ready to jump in. And that means the world to us, especially in a space where it's like, girl, people just be coming on here to be negative. Mickey just got Ukrainian cabbage rolls. Wait, what? Oh, Mickey, how do they taste? First of all, if I were doing that show, I would have to talk about the fact that they completely staged Yara kicking that family out of the house. Girl, now you know Yara didn't kick them folks out that house. Yara is playing the evil Ukrainian woman to the T, and I'm here for it I am here for it all of the day long. Oh, Mickey says we are not worthy. That means that it's delicious. It is delicious. Okay. Anyways, guys, let's get started. Hey, guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated. Welcome to my recap of Love After Lockup, Season 3, Episode 39 and 40, because they don't know how to just make it a Season 5. If you're in Season 30, if you're in Season 3, but Episode 39, sis, what are we doing? Why are you in Season 3, Episode 39? It's been like, there have been 3 seasons of Season 3. Okay? 3 seasons of Season 3. Why won't they just give us a Season 4, everyone? Okay? There's Life After Lockup, which is a spin-off of Love After Lockup. Why can't they just give us a Season 4 or 5? Ooh, Annie makes a stuffed cabbage suit every winter. Oh, girl, what is this food? You guys know I want all the food in the world. Whoo! Love and Life says that whole damn show is staged at this point. LOL. It is, but I love it when you can find those moments where it isn't staged. I absolutely love that. Fee, aka Marie, hello. How are you? Welcome to the pate. All right, you guys. What does Wah's shirt say? Oh, what does the shirt say? It's slightly problematic. I don't know if you guys follow Kev on Stage, but it was his tour that he did before the pandemic. I went to Orange County. I went to see one of his shows. So the name of his tour was slightly problematic. Actually, you know, his wife, Melissa, is coming out with a dating show, which is right up my alley. So I'm going to review that mainly, A, because I love them and I support them and I want you guys to watch their content, but B, because I want them to know me. So, you know, it's something for everybody. But anyways, I love Kev on Stage. I always go and I watch their show, the weekly show with the Unruly Cousins. I love That Chick Angel. I actually met That Chick Angel 3 years ago at a convention. It's the same convention where I met Maze Lee. I'm talking real, this is real YouTube I'm about to go down, okay? So there was a convention. It was called Commerce Con or like something con, but it was for families. So they invited a bunch of family bloggers. So I met Valencia. You guys know Valencia, right? She's big on Instagram and YouTube. She's got 4 kids, two are twins. And she just kind of talks about every day of being like a single mom. And then there is, I mean, if you know Valencia and you know she has a relationship with Tony, who is from Canada, who does all the wigs, and even Tony has like a wig line that's for her, Tony Daly. So then there's that, and then there's also I went there with Evelyn. Evelyn of the Internets was Evelyn. I always say her name wrong. She always makes fun of people who say her name wrong. Evelyn from the Internets. Evelyn girl, she invited me to a ClamorCon. That's what it was called. She invited me to ClamorCon like 2 or 3 years ago out in Palm Springs, California. I picked her up from the airport. We went there. I met the Henrys, which is Belief in Fatherhood. So I met them. I have a relationship with them, you know, just an online relationship. But, you know, as a couple, they like know who I am as a content creator. We do completely separate content. But because I love seeing Black families, I like watch their content. I also met Maze Lee, as I said, and that is another family blogger where we have Elena, who is Black, African-American, and we have Joe, who's Korean-American. And then they have 7 kids total between the 2 of them together. So love watching their content. And actually at ClamorCon, I met Angel when the twins were young and before Amar, the landlord, was born. And so, yeah, so I don't know if you guys know any of them, but whenever I go into their space, I'm like, hi guys. And a lot of people who come to my channel also cross over and watch them too. So a long story short, this is from the Kev on Stage studios. And the reason why I went that way is because Angel from That Chick Angel now works with Kev on Stage. And I met her prior to her working with Kev on Stage. And they have a show that comes on weekly called Here's the Thing. I have their app. I'm a Patreon member. I'm on their Discord. So I'm kind of entrenched in their world. And yeah, anyways, those are my YouTube's peeps that I kind of know, but don't really know me. I'm sure Angel doesn't remember me at all. But when she was going through her alopecia phase, that situation, that's when I met her at ClamorCon. Anywho, okay, let's start the video. I guess I should change it. We're actually getting started at 10 minutes in. All right, so let's get these pictures queued up here because you know I'm a good YouTuber. I like to let you guys know what's going on. Hey, so we have got Courtney and Josh. Now, if you guys recall, Courtney gave it all up for Josh, girl. She was a prison guard, and she ended up getting fired and having to go to prison for 60 days because she fell in love with Josh. And now we're at the point where Josh is home. He honestly seems like he is the most responsible convict. For somebody who's been in prison as long as he is, he's the one that's the most humble, the one that is most cognitive of what's going on and his role, and is very grateful for Courtney and very loving to Courtney. But we find out that Josh has got some stuff in the closet. He, at some point, wrote his grandmother, who raised him, a very angry letter. And the grandmother read the letter and it broke her heart to the point where she didn't even know she wanted to see Josh. And Josh didn't even know if the grandma wanted to see her. But while Josh has been in prison, Courtney has been going over to see Mama Rose, the grandmother, and has been there, to support her, which I actually kind of love. As much as Doug and Rachel's situation is annoying, I like the fact that Rachel has gone out of her way to meet and be with his family. It really shows that these people, while they are Captain Save-A-Hose, that they, to a certain extent, understand that the individual who's coming out of prison has family that they need to attend to, and it's not a situation all the time where they don't have any other family and you're bringing this person home. I'm going to talk about the psychology of what I believe that comes from, which, I don't know anything, so it's just my opinion. So Josh is sitting on the couch, and Courtney is consoling him because he is saying how he wants to talk to his grandmother. And that he doesn't know if his grandmother wants to talk to him. So his grandmother ends up having a conversation with him where she's like, well, I don't know, Josh. I don't know, if I want to see you. And so he, asks her if they can come to see her, because he doesn't want anything to happen to her and then him not reconcile their relationship. And I actually thought that was really, really nice. Lindsay says the only thing with Courtney is that she is so not femme. I don't know if I need that to be a thing, like, I think Courtney is really pretty. And apparently after Josh gets to meet his grandmother, apparently Josh was rude to Courtney too. Like, he at some point was going through it and he was pushing away everybody in his life. And it's just really sad, but it's great to know that Josh recognizes what he was doing, recognizes that he treated his grandmother poorly, recognized that he treated Courtney poorly, and his behavior since coming out of prison has been everything that I need when someone comes out of prison. Like, Doug is what I hate, and Josh is what I love. Okay? So that's just a little bit about them. They were still surrounded by dogs, which Josh tends to absolutely love. So who am I to be grossed out for him? Hello, hard to know. Welcome to the room. Mickey says that she finds her plain. Tiana says she cries all the time. Of course she is femme. That doesn't mean anything, Tiana. Girl, you can not be femme and cry. I don't know that femme. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. But I feel like if a man can cry, now, do I want to see it all the time? No. But if a man can cry, that shows me that he has allowed himself to go into a depth or have emotions in which usually is like stripped from boys at a young age, which I'm not necessarily super into. Hi, Janelle. Welcome. Welcome, Janelle, to the room, everybody. The fact that Josh keeps talking about this empire that Courtney built, though, I didn't hear him say anything about an empire. Oh, I did recall Courtney saying that I do recall Josh saying that he knows that Courtney wants acres and acres of land with bees and chickens. Those seems like two different industries. However, I don't know anything about farming. But what I do know is I would love acres and acres of land. I would love that. I want to live out somewhere by myself where I'm a good 20 minutes away from town. Now, here's the problem. If there's an emergency, do I want the fire trucks to take 30 minutes to get to me? I don't. But I would love to live on acres and acres of land, maybe have like two houses or three, like a house and maybe like two cottages, not very far from each other, maybe like a pool in the center, and then maybe like a house that's a little bit further out. So if I really wanted privacy and I wanted to feel by myself, and then back there would be a pool as well. You know what I mean? I would love like a compound. I would love to like pull up to an estate that's like where I live and people who I love live. It wouldn't necessarily need to be family, but it could be, and just providing that space in that land. Now, how we would keep that in the family, you know what I'm saying? Because people get up and move away all the time. I don't know, but I would love that for the family. Okay. So Mickey says, I got an appreciate of this when pregnant. Never cried, even though I felt sad sometimes. Hormonal. Sonora says, why does everything in Doug's family keep naming people Doug? You guys, let's stay on track here. We're talking about Josh. Okay. So anyways, that's what Courtney wants. She wants a big land, a plot of land, and she wants to have bees. And I mean, those are, positive industries, but I hope that, her kids will want to take that on. Who knows? Okay. Speaking of Doug and Rachel, we have got Doug and Rachel. Okay. In these 2 episodes, first we have, Doug and Rachel waking up the next morning after having the sex. And then we've got Rachel's mother had taken Doug Jr. away so that they could have their first night together. And they wake up, they're waiting for Doug Jr. to get there. Mom has some words with Doug because she doesn't think that Doug is going to really take care of her daughter in the way that it needs to happen. And then she goes home, and as a family, Doug Jr. and Rachel, they go out to eat. And Doug Jr. has a mouth on him, right? And Doug is trying to be okay with that because he understands that he hasn't really been in his son's life. And Dougie is taking some sharp shots. She keeps calling her, he keeps calling his dad a womanizer. At some point, he like makes him cut his steak and calls him a slave, which I was like, no, I don't. Teach him that's wrong. And then we've got Doug trying to be this father, saying that if Dougie is going to be a rule breaker, he's going to need to understand that Doug makes the rules. And I just don't want, which I know is going to happen because I know Doug doesn't know how to be a father. He thinks he does. He does not. He thinks that because he had some kind of example of what it is to be a father, he says that he was basically scared of his father and scared of his dad's hands. Now, I know that's a lot of people's experience, but I don't think you should be scared of either one of your parents. So when you say that, it makes me go, oh, it's not the healthiest of environments. And so they talk a little bit more about Doug being from like the lower income part of town. He's got white trash tattooed on his leg, instead of saying like white power or brown power in prison, he got a tattoo that said WT because that's what he relates to the most. And listen, if you're going to rep your set, you know what I'm saying? Rep your set. Rep your set. I do think Doug is cute. That's the last time I'm going to say it. What are you guys saying over here? Megan says, I wonder if Doug Jr. is always like that or if he's acting out for attention. I honestly think that he was like that with Rachel. Like he was a little rude with Rachel the first episode when he was like, can you get out or can you do something? And I was like, this is not your house. And I just think that, I'm going to see it from Doug's perspective. Your mother is a drug addict who had you when she was 15 years old. Your father couldn't be bothered to make choices to which he could stay out of prison. You probably went from your mother to perhaps, I think, his aunt, right? His dad's peoples. And it's just a lot. It's a lot for a kid to feel unloved and unwanted. And every kid takes things a certain way. And you can't expect every child or every person to accept trauma in the same way. And I don't think Doug Jr. is as bad as he could be. Actually, I keep saying Doug Jr., but he's not. It turns out he's Doug the Third. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly want to give the little boy grace. Now, in my spirit, would I be able to, girl, Rancho Cucamonga, I be in Rancho all the time, sis. or dude, don't know, save, deal, saver. I be in Rancho all the time. I get waxed in Rancho. I go to Total Wines in Rancho. I be at the Victoria Gardens, girl. Me and my cousin always have brunch at Combination Kitchen. Hello, welcome. Hello. Nice to see you. So I want to give grace to the child. I want to give grace to the child. Saida, hello. I love that name, Saida. I hope that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I would pronounce it. Yes. Anywho, I just have to, because I really do feel like I don't know what Dougie the third has been through. Doug is the third Doug to get arrested in the family. Oh, so then maybe he's Doug the fourth. Dougie is the fourth. I'm talking about the littlest one, the one who's only 12. I think we were having a Scott moment when I didn't say, Mickey, I did not say that Scott was cute. I said I could see the potential in Scott and that he's handsome. I did not say he was cute, ma'am. Don't have me, listen, don't have me run the tapes back. Don't have me run the tapes back. First of all, don't have me run the tapes back, Mickey. Yeah, coming for me. He's coming for that throat. Anyways, I agree. Dougie seems like he's been through a lot, given some of the grace. He's gonna need a lot of therapy, Mickey. Oh God, I love you guys. Thank you for calling me out. Thank you for making me smile. Because sometimes, we get the negative Nancys in here who only want to fight with my opinion on things. And I'm just like, I'm not going to fight about my opinion. I'm not going to argue with you. Oh, you want to argue. I love that sound on TikTok. I can't wait to use it. Yeah, she's coming for me. I love you too, girl. I love you too, girl. I love you too, girl. Okay. Anyways, I really do want to give that little 12-year-old grace. But I do see what Doug the third is talking about, because it's a smart mouth, but it's a smart mouth from a very hurt child. Okay, let's move forward. So then we have the next day or something, and it's a day before Father's Day. And he wants to go see his dad because he says that his dad is sick. And they show pictures of Doug the second, I suppose, or they have him as Doug Sr. So they show a picture of him, and to me, he doesn't look sick. However, if Doug is saying that he is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say he doesn't look sick. Like I could tell if somebody looks sick. I don't need anybody to go in. What I'm saying is that I wouldn't identify necessarily this person as being ill, but he says he was much bigger. And so I was like, okay, then I can guess if, Doug is looking at his dad and he's like, man, there's something that's going on. I have to see this person, and I'm willing to risk it because he's not supposed to leave the house on the weekends, and he's not supposed to leave the house after 5. So he's literally risking it, going to another part because they're monitoring him. So he's risking it, going to see his dad. And I'm like, do they have FaceTime? I don't know if I would risk it. But when Rachel tries to get him to see sense, she's unable to control him. And she's like, oh, I'm seeing a different side of him. This is the person, this is the face that she makes when she's looking at him. And I said, girl, you need to stop with that face. Now you talk about somebody looking like the Penguin. And I think that Rachel is very pretty. But this, I thought she was about to be like, Batman. I was like, girl, we need to stop. And she made this face several times throughout the episode to where I was able to catch this snapshot of her. I was like, sis, that we're getting you at bad angles, ma'am. We're getting you at bad angles. So anyways, she's worried about going, but she goes anyway. And before they leave, they talk about bologna sandwiches. And Doug was talking about how he grew up eating bologna sandwiches and like it's his favorite thing. And I've never seen a log of bologna. I've only ever gotten in the Oscar Mayer pack where you like peel the top back and pull a piece out. And he put it in the microwave. And I said to myself, it would taste so much better if you put it in a frying pan. Now, a fried bologna sandwich, I can get behind a fried bologna sandwich. Okay, what did Monica say? He wants to see his dad because he's sick. So at his age, he has an attachment to his father. Perfect. Now, how can he not understand how his son is attached to him and should be honored? I agree with you on that, but I think that in my thought pattern, it's okay. Here's two things that are part of my defect. I don't understand how people still have a yearning to see family members, especially parents who are family members, who have made poor choices and it has affected them deeply. Like I was at the place in my like thought patterns where I'm like, I can't be around people who caused me trauma, because as much as I love them, I have to love them from a distance. And so it's really interesting to me that he's like, I got to go see my dad. And the same thing with Brittany, like when Brittany needed to go see her mother and got put back in prison because her mother got blown up. And I'm just like, I don't know at that point if I would have made that choice, but I love the fact that they still have love for the parent who did the thing to them. And they're still able to like put whatever, wrongs were done on the side because they're like, I still love you, whatever. And here's the craziest thing is that Doug's mother didn't even come out. Now, I don't even know if she didn't want to be on the cameras. I don't know if just this segment that we saw, if he ends up going back into the house to see her. I'm not sure what's going on, but Mama's mad. Mama's like, no, I don't forgive you for whatever it is that you did. I don't forgive it. I don't want to be there. So he still has this love for his dad. He goes to see his dad. He surprises them. Everyone is so happy to see him. And this is him hugging his dad. And, but I think you can still love somebody, but still still talk to them crazy, which are two things that don't reconcile with me. Like if I love somebody, I'm not going to talk to them crazy. And as we see later on in the segment, Doug thinks it's okay for his sister to have talked to his son crazy, when one of the sister doesn't think it's okay. So they get to the house, they pull up, everybody's in the front yard. And they're just, hanging out, having a good time. I wonder what the backyard looks like, is what I was wondering. And so they're chilling. Doug pulls up. It's just like a great moment where everyone's like super like, oh my God, Doug is here. We love him, and he apologizes kinda to some of his family members and is like, I'm here. I'm back for good. Again, mom is like, she's upset. She can't do it. Lindsay says, I'm a daughter of a drug addicted mother. And when she does come around, I still embrace her. I have a lot of cousins who have that situation too, where they're still like, I still got love. And I'm like, I don't know that I would, but I don't know. I've never been in that situation. So is it because I'm not not a physical person? I don't know. Got to think about it more. So Sister Ashley has something to tell Doug. Sister Ashley wants Doug to know that Sister Brenda or other sister who raised Dougie for a certain amount of his time didn't do the best job. And the way Doug describes it is that after the mother couldn't take care of Dougie anymore, he went to Sister Brenda. I'm going to call her Brenda because I can't confirm if that's her name. Brenda was dealing with a husband who was in and out of prison and doing stuff and a family of her own. And she took Dougie in. And at some point, whenever Doug and Rachel got together, Rachel would pick Dougie up. And one day, Brenda did not ask for Dougie back. I believe that, if I can remember, I believe Rachel has had Doug for the last year by herself. And she still takes him back to that house to visit his family members. So Rachel has made an effort to get to know Doug's family and to continue to connect and keep the family together. Because truthfully, what she could have done is been like, I'm going to pluck this child out of this environment and put him in this one. And he's not going to see those people. If they want to come see him, they can come see him. But I'm not taking him over there for that nonsense. I mean, Dougie even knows of the fact that, when they like see items on the side of the road, they pull over and pick them up so they can resell them. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Dougie knows his family and he knows those people. And so he was just there ready, that's his people. That's his family. And so At some point, Brenda brings up the fact that Dougie wrote a letter. And then Dougie has a very strong reaction to the fact that Brenda's bringing up this letter. And that's when Ashley says, you don't know what Brenda has done to Dougie. You don't know how she treats him, how she belittles him. Like, she can talk about him, but she doesn't have to talk about him to his face the way she does. Which, to me, when adults who have had trauma have children, they end up pushing that trauma onto their kids. For whatever reason, Doug gets so upset as his sister, Ashley, for talking about his sister, Brenda, because he feels, I guess, indebted to Brenda for taking care of Dougie as long as she did, and that he understands that things happen, and that, you know, Brenda probably just couldn't take care of Dougie anymore, and, you know, just like all these excuses, and basically tells his sister to shut up and calls her the B word. And that's when I was like, no. If you are that comfortable with calling your sister out her name in front of everybody, cameras and everything, then you've got some problems. I don't care what Ashley is saying. Also, Ashley is not, it's like Brenda didn't even say anything to stick up for herself. It's not like Brenda stood up for herself and was like, you know, I did what I could, blah, blah, blah. We didn't hear not a word from Brenda. We just hear Ashley trying to get Doug to understand that Brenda wasn't the best for Dougie and that she messed up. And I don't know what the relationship is between Doug and Brenda. I don't know what the relationship is between Doug and Ashley. But he called his sister out her name for just trying to call out the other sister. And I thought it was real. It was too much for me. I just didn't like it. Like, I didn't like it. I didn't like it not one bit. And Rachel's meanwhile just sitting there like, it's too much. It really is too much. Monica says Rachel seems like a good person. Why does she pluck inmates? I don't get it. I think it's because she's a captain. I think she's a Captain Save-A-Ho. I think that she wants to, you know, I don't know, help people. And it's easier to, I guess, talk to somebody who dating in these streets, it's hard. And if somebody is so lonely that they just want to deal with somebody who they know is not going to go anywhere and doesn't have any excuse to not talk to them, and that's how you get it, you know, that's how you get that person isn't from a person in prison. Like, I can see why people do it. Now, given the money and stuff, like, it's a lot, but I don't know that I don't know if I would go so far as to be like, we're going to be together when you get out, but I could see you wanting companionship and you wanting to talk to somebody. So you just, you know, continue dealing with them or whatnot. Monique says, Doug is a one and done. You're not supposed to marry those. Domestic Gordita says, that was sad. She shouldn't have brought it up in front of him. Exactly. Can they wait for Dougie to be away to talk about him? Exactly. They just don't, it's not a part of who they are. You don't have to be lonely at farmersonly.com. Erica says, I've been single for a long time, but I would never get bad enough for me to go to a prison website. I am happy I got here for a plug. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know what it is specifically about people wanting to be with inmates. I don't get that. But like, even Doug Sr. was talking to Doug about not messing it up, saying like, you got a good woman here, you got a way out the hood, you got to figure it out and make it good. And Doug is just like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then 5 seconds later, he's cussing and yelling, talking about he might go back to prison. I would have left his ass right there when he said that. Here's the deal. I don't know what happens in people's spirits when an argument starts, but there is never a point in an argument where I get so upset to where I can't pull back. And it's very rare. So I can't say never. It happens to me, but it's very rare. Most of the time, if I want to salvage a relationship, I can back out of that argument. Doug does not seem like the kind of person who could do that. Doug feels like the kind of person who's going to say everything he feels, is going to call you out your name, is going to break you down from head to toe, and then the next day be like, man, I'm really sorry. Like, I don't know. No, in the moment, you need to be able to catch yourself and stop yourself. I prefer a man who knows that he has issues and then him just shutting down on me so that I understand that at least he didn't say nothing crazy to me. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, the domestic gordita. I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Oh, I'm sorry. Rachel says something about allowance when they were on the scooter. Yeah, she did say something about allowance. I guess you're giving that man money. I mean, how else are you going to do it? You have to give him something, right? He doesn't work. Mickey says, I would go to a prison website if I was 12 and pranking my friend. Hell no, seriously, as an adult. Thank you so much, Lynn J. Thank you so much, Lindsay J, for doing this for me. Ramsterdams wants the domestic gordita to feel better. I do too. Okay, anything else that we want to say about Doug and Rachel? Going once? Going twice? Lone Star says, with the scooter, all I could think about was wear the helmets. It was a moped. But yeah, I didn't think about wear the helmets. I just said, don't go too far. You're already doing the most. Like, you're already doing the most. Like, these little stupid things can get you put back into prison post-haste, and you're just like playing with fire, and I don't understand the reason behind it. I think it's wholly unnecessary to play with fire. Wholly 100% unnecessary to play with fire. Okay, Monica says being thirsty is never a reason to drink poison. Let's remind ourselves of that in our weakest moments. Woo! Monica. Woo! Okay. The next people we're going to talk about, seems appropriate, is Anissa, and Jeff. Whew, okay. So the episode that I saw, the first bit of it, was Anissa getting ready to go and pick up Jeff at the bus station. There is this couple is really concerning for me. So Anissa is at her house and she's got her hot curlers in, girl. And her homeboy, Kyle, who I believe is 31 years old, to her 51 years old. And when it said her homeboy, I mean, they said this is her best friend, okay? Comes to the house to help her get ready and to drive with her to the bus station. He even helps her put on her eyelashes. And I said to myself, this man, Kyle, loves this woman. Now, and I'm not saying that a man has to really love you to help you put your eyelashes on, but a man has to really love your child to help you put your eyelashes on. To come to your house when they think that you are delusional and that you are going to meet your imaginary boyfriend, and then you sitting on the floor of your room doing your makeup, you know what I'm saying? You got your face powder going, and he helps you put on your eyelash. That's love. And that man is married. That's a whole married man, okay? So the end result is this, which I think she looked really cute, and she drove all the way over to the bus station to see Jeff. And when she gets there, Jeff is nowhere to be found. The bus pulls up, and girl, oof. He doesn't get off that bus, and so she's worried. The friend is a much better choice. Megan, Kyle is a much better choice, because then Jeff gets off the bus and we see Jeff and we're like, oh, that man is on drugs. Also, that man is missing half of the bottom part of his teeth. You know what I'm saying? Everything from the middle tooth to the left is just gone. Look at this person. You waited 11 years to be with this person. This is what he looked like in some of his like prison photos. So I thought maybe he was going to come out look decent, right? This is what he looked like in his confessionals. And I said, okay, not bad. But that man opens his mouth and it just is this person in that mouth. Okay. He is still on drugs. He says that he had no intention of seeing her the first 2 times he came out of prison, and that she has spent $60K on him. And all he did with that money was buy drugs. Ma'am, you can't be with this man. You on drugs for 11 plus years? Ma'am, you can't be with this man. I mean, you cannot be with this man. You cannot be with this man. You cannot be with this man. This is not good for anybody involved. This person is going to use you for everything that you have and is going to take advantage of you. His confessionals, he has the audacity to say that he has every intention on meeting her this time and that he's going to marry her. What do you know about marriage? What do you know about being in a relationship and taking care of someone? Because, sir, you cannot even take care of yourself. And that is no shade to anybody with an addiction, but that is to me what is true. Anybody with addiction is incapable of taking care of themselves while they're in the addiction. I couldn't. I could not. People talk about Scott and his teeth. Jeff, he needed. I mean, listen. Like, he had like 3 teeth left. His first one was a Jamba Juice smoothie. I mean, listen, $60,000 over the last. What could she have done with $60,000? She could have bought herself another trailer on that lot and rented it out for $60,000, wasting it on this person who played you for the first 8 years of your relationship, and you say that he's all of the cigarette smoke. I could just smell that entire situation. Okay, that entire car smelled a certain way. Kyle smells a certain way. Jeff smells like it is just. It was overwhelming for me. Okay, so that's phase 1. Now Jeff is annoyed that Kyle is there. That Kyle is in the back seat talking to him and telling him all this stuff about how Anissa is a good woman and how, he really does hope the best for them. And he got this person yakety in his mouth and he wishes that he wasn't there. And I'm like, the reason why you wish that Kyle wasn't there is because you want to abuse and use Anissa even more. Like, that's what you want to do. Like, you don't see that the fact that she drove and has been waiting for you and this 3rd time wanted her friend to come along to help her drive, you're just going to be annoyed because he's there. Now, he acted okay, but in his confessional, he was talking about that. Like, I was just like, no, what? You don't have not a leg, not a stub, not a nub to stand on, okay? You don't got a stool to sit on. You don't got a pot to piss in. You don't have anything. You're a user. You've used this woman. Let her bring her friend to this thing and don't complain about it. He let you sit in front because it had been me. I'd been like, sit your ass in the back. Then he gonna say he fell asleep on the bus. I was like, no, you were drugging on the bus. You drugged it. You did a drug, and you don't. No. I don't believe in trust it at all. No. Then they drop him off at the halfway house 45 minutes later, and that's the only interaction that she gets with this man. Then later on, maybe a week later, I'm not sure, she goes to the halfway house area and she gets there and he calls her and tells her that he can't be with her. Now she's hoping to get a little dressing room action. She hasn't had sex in 6 years. She hasn't had time with him at all. And so she's thinking they've got 3 hours to go out and find some place to hanky-panky. Girl, then she gets there and he tells her, oh, I'm sorry, I can't come out. but do you have any money on you? And she's like, what do you need money for? And he's like, you want your man to starve? You want me to not be able to eat? Give me $100. And she says, okay, and gives that man some money. She can't even touch him. She can't even talk to him. She don't only talk to him on the phone. She can't see him in person. She's got to drop the items that she purchased for him off on a picnic table outside of the halfway house, walk away, and then he comes out and gets it. This man doesn't feel any way about using this woman. He's been using her for 11 years, talking about he loves her. I'm like, you don't love her. You don't love her. You love what she represents and what she can give to you. And it is a very sad, unfortunate situation. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, you guys. There are 200 people in this room. How many likes do I have? Someone tell me how many likes I have. Mel Max says, can you imagine not having sex for 6 years? This disappointment in pants being your only option? Whew. It was not her only option. She has Kyle. Okay, she's making a choice. She is making an absolute choice. Marianne, thank you. Hugging you back. 66 likes. For shame. For shame. Do I have to sing? Here we go. Thumbs, 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 thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. I said thumbs, 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 thumbs it up. You guys, thumbs this video up. Don't play with me. Don't play these games. 66. I should at least have 150. Come on. Janelle, thumbs up, thumbs, thumbs, thumbs up in a singing voice. Thank you so much, you guys. McMell, I would give you 100 if they let me. Thank you so much. 85. Okay, we're getting up there. We're getting up there. It's so simple to just like. That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Pay. This is absolute making a choice. There are toothless addicts aplenty out there. This is a choice. She made a choice. So I don't care. When she's like, I haven't had sex in 6 years, I was like, because you a fool. Because you a whole fool and a half, man. And it's not like she's not attractive. She's attractive. Kyle loves her. She got her stuff together. Her and Angela, to me, is just like, what? You know I love an Angela, right? Tony. Tony, dude, I can't believe you're cheating on me again. It's like, what? Angela had nice hair. She got up every morning, put her face on. You know what I'm saying? She did what she had to do. She was always dressed cute. She had the cute little sandals on. She had a cute little dress on. We had the same dress from Walmart at some point. I was like, girl, I see that dress. I know where you got it. I see it, Angie. I see you. And then we've got Anissa, who looks cute in her confessional. When she puts on her makeup, she looks cute. Like, I just don't get it. Oh, girl, Karen, we are not even. We have so many. This is going to be longer than an hour, girl. We haven't talked about Dante yet. Don't worry. I just don't understand. McMell says, let's be honest. She's a hard 49 years old. No, she's 51. Yeah, but she smokes. I feel like I heard that when you smoke, it just like the blowback of the stuff in your face like just ruins your skin. You know what I'm saying? Tony, dude, I can't believe you cheated on me, Tony, with these whores in this motel. You're not coming back in my house, Tony. I fucking love Angela. Okay, I love Angela. I love her sister. I love Tommy. Tommy, I've never felt that way for you, dude. Come on. I'm going to say this again. Bill Gates is single and you're on mainfromlove.com. We need to get it together. Okay, let's move on to the next. Does anyone have anything else to say about this couple? I think we are good. Okay. Let's move on to just Brittany real quick. We have so many people to talk about, y'all. Just settle in. Mel says, I'm sorry. She's a hard 51. Ooh, child. People age differently, and it's unfortunate. Okay, so now we've got Brittany. Now, this is where the psychology part of this conversation is going to come in. I think Brittany has some kind of mental problems, and it's only because she's young, and she's very excited to be with this man only because he is able to sit up in the house with her, and he can't go nowhere, can't do nothing. And she makes it seem as though having a man that can't go anywhere because he's on an ankle monitor is like optimal, is wanted, is something that is great. Like, what woman wouldn't want that? Me? I don't want that. I need a man who's able to leave the house, leave me alone for a couple hours, go work, come back, clean or cook something, and then we have a good time together. But I don't need you sitting up in my house waiting for me to come home from work. What do you think this man is going to do? You know, he's already Facebook savvy, talking to you from prison. What you think this man about to do? You think he about to just sit up here and wait for you? I just can't wait to be with him so then we can sit around and have sex all day. Now here, I support you on that. Like, if that's what you want to do, I feel you. But like, don't act like him being there with you the whole time means that he's going to be faithful or this is an ideal situation. It's not an ideal situation. You got problems, ma'am. Because also why she got problems is because two things. Here's twofold. Okay. Ray bothers me because he's not honest with her about his family's level of involvement in his situation. She was under the impression that she was going to have Ray all to herself and that she was going to save him from his situation. She was going to show him the right path. She was going to build herself a bear. You know what I'm saying? She was going to take a prison inmate, strip him, and rebuild him into a creation of which that works for her. Which I'm not saying that's, listen, if that's what you want to do and it's ideal situation for you, I see it. It is crazy. Okay? I see the allure, but it's wrong. He's not honest with her about anything. He just tells her what she wants to hear, which I do not like. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me the truth. Tell me the facts. Tell me the actuals. Okay? So she's talking to him and she's like, I'm getting the house ready for you. He says, I'm coming home tomorrow. She's like, oh, shoot. Okay, got to get the house real ready. And she says, listen, is your family going to be there to pick you up or is it just going to be me and you? And he says, oh, it's just going to be me and you, babe. Don't worry. Okay. So she gets her sister over at her house to the wee hours of the morning so that she can get to where he is at 7 a.m. to be there for him to be leaving from 7:30 to 8. And she gets there and his Meemaw pulls up. Granny pulls up. You know, Granny already thinks something wrong with her because she has to go to a prison website to find love, which I don't know if Granny doesn't realize that like he's the one who reached out to her on Facebook. So it's not like she went to a prison website. She didn't realize he was in prison for a while. And then she was like, okay, I can do this. This seems like an ideal situation because I just got out of a very abusive relationship. And this person, Ray, seems like he don't have nothing but intentions and affections for me only. And that's all he wants to do. So, and the way he was looking at her, I do think that he does love her, but he's not honest. And I can't stand this. I can't stand the not honesty, which is not a way to say it. But here it is. Domestic Gratita says, I just hate how she acts all high class. I'm from Texas. This is normal living, not upper middle class, as she claims. Yeah. Faith says, build him a Lego. Tamika says, she was shocked when grandma whipped into the parking lot at the halfway house, face cracked. She was shocked. And she was like, I'm going to go see what's going on. I'm like, you know what's going on? What's going on is that he told his grandmother when and where he was getting out of prison, period. He told her, and then he didn't tell you. He didn't update you. And now you're out here face cracked because you thought you was about to spend all the time with him and you're not now. You've got to share him with his family. Period. You've got to share him with his family. Now here, I've done a little thought pattern research Because remember we talked about his mother dying violently. The woman who is his mother is not his biological mother. That is his stepmother. That is his father's wife. So maybe he did grow up in a bad circumstance. And maybe he, like, after his grandmother passed away when he was 11, he went to live with his father who's in a better financial situation. So I don't think he completely lied about his background, but he didn't tell her what his current background was, where he was currently. How many thumbs up do I have, you guys? And it really makes me feel bad because I don't want his grandmother to not like Brittany, because I don't feel like Brittany's going to do what she has to do to impress this grandmother. Because if she did, she would have been visiting the grandmother like Rachel. She would have been doing what she needed to do to see his family. But again, she wants him all to herself. So that's why she's behaving the way she's behaving. But she wanted to save him, but he has another support system. He does, and she's going to have to share that. And he's not being honest with her, which bothers me. She thinks she wants him at home all the time. She's going to start complaining about him not taking her on dates because he can't go anywhere. Also, like, first of all, I can't, if I'm not sitting up in my house, I don't want you sitting up in my house. You better get you a side business. You better get you an online situation. Thank you, Andrea, 103. Come on, guys. We can do better than 103. I want to get to 150. You guys, give this video a thumbs up if you haven't already. If you're watching it on your phone, you just need to exit the chat and hit the thumbs up. Unless you're not watching it signed into your YouTube channel, then you can't give it a thumbs up. But, it's okay. Jessie Lee. Is Jessie Lee here? Hi, Jessie. Welcome. Welcome. Okay. So that's all I got to say about them. What do you guys got to say about them? I'm moving on. What's this next comment? Them wigs are giving me very much shake and go beauty supply. Nothing middle class about them. Oh, very much so. Those wigs are, ugh. I was interested, though, because it was up in a ponytail and you couldn't see her kitchen back here. So I was like, what is it? Is it like glued all the way around? And then like her sister doing her makeup at 7:30 in the morning. I was like, child, I'm not even putting on makeup at 7:30 in the morning unless I have an audition or I'll be on camera. You about to see me in some. You about to see me with a shiny face because that's all the moisturizer that I've had on my face from the night before. She wanted someone from a lower economic position than herself and is disappointed that it's not the situation. The thing is, though, she didn't go looking for him. That's the thing that I want to stress. She didn't go looking for him. He found her on Facebook. So I can't say that the origins of that started off that way, but I think it definitely turned into that. Okay, next couple that we are going to talk about, Lisa and Stan. Now, Stan done lost his whole entire mind, okay? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this person. Look at this person. I mean, I've never seen somebody look so drastic of a change. Okay? So, anywho, Stan has lost his everlasting mind. And he's also jealous because Stan feels like he's put a lot of time and attention and energy into Lisa. And when she came out of the prison, she wasn't rubbing up on him and jumping on him and giving him all the affections and loving that he thought he deserved and he wanted. She started to be concerned about her kid who called her crying, saying that he feels like nobody cares about him, regardless of how old he is. I don't care if he is 22 years old. Your child calls you crying. You've been an absent parent. You haven't done all the things that you wanted to do, but now you're finally clear-headed. You're finally had enough therapy and have had enough of the nonsense to where you are like, I need to be a good parent in this moment. And all he can think about is himself. Now, did he drive 5 hours to go pick her up and then 5 hours to, yes. Did he do all those things that he did? Yes. He did not anticipate her not being 100% with him, but his reaction was wrong. And she's like disgusted. The fact that now she did say, why wasn't your first reaction that my son should come here with us? I think he's right. Your son should not come to his house. That's Stan's house. None of your family members need to come to his house. No, not until that becomes your house. And I don't think that's going to become your house for at least 2 years. That's his house. That's his house. That's his kid's house. That's not your kid's house. That's not your house. So that's one thing. The second thing is that he had no compassion for her. And she says to him, if this were your child, I know you would feel differently. And he says to her, well, I raised my children right and you didn't. So that wouldn't be my child. And that was like terrible. He had a little bit of wine and he acted a whole fool. And he says it's because he was hungry, he hadn't eaten, and he'd had little sleep. And he was so excited to be with her. And he, felt some kind of way that she wasn't exactly on board with him. But he was wrong. He was wrong for that. And she was weird for asking if her son could come there. Because no, the answer is no, your son can't come there. No, you can't have $30,000 to get my brother out of prison. And also your son can't come and live here. I just met you. And I don't want to meet your son who is mad at you and obviously has some kind of emotional problem. He's suffering from depression, anxiety, whatever it is. That's a lot to take on. Stan doesn't want to take on any of that. Okay. Stan's culture seems like the kind of culture that if your child has an issue, you just throw money at them, put them up in an apartment and hope they don't kill themselves. He's not the type to like really try to sit down and like, you know what I'm saying? He comes from that very, very like posh, everything is perfect environment. So he don't want that. Then she leaves because she's been offended and is like, this old weak man, he can come over here and get drunk off some wine and talk to me any kind of way. So she says she had a few $1,000s on her. Okay. A few $1,000s on her. So she goes to stay in a motel. She goes to a motel and she's just like, I'm not dealing with Stan. I know he's going to come back tomorrow and tell me he's so sorry. But like, I've dealt with abuse all of my life from these men. I'm not dealing it with you because I would prefer to be with a woman. Truth be told, the truth is the truth. And you want to shame a devil. I don't want to be with you, but I'm going to be with you because you're a harmless old man. I know you're not going to treat me any kind of way, which you're proving that you will. And at the end of it, like, I'll live a comfortable life. But then she realizes that she's got a lot to atone for and she wants to be a better parent. So maybe she can't do both. We don't know. So homegirl then goes the next day to get her hair done. And now something is happening to her hair that I have never seen in my life. She brings a box full of hair tracks. And this lady takes this doohickey and like glues, staples, or like adheres little strands of hair to her hair. And I said, now this is the first time that I have seen something that white people do that I am not aware of. So I need for everybody to tell me. I need for y'all to tell me what it is that was happening to her hair. What is this? What is this? I'll wait. Those glue and tracks. Excuse me. Those are not extensions. I'm white and I've never seen that before in my life. That's interlocks. I mean, some people got, like, listen, I got microlink here. You know what I'm saying? I got glue tracks here. Someone over here says, Annie's like, I'm white, I've never seen it in my life. Ramsterdam is like, I don't know. Okay. Tiana says that's interlocks. I don't know what you guys are talking about. That's bonding extensions. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Vicky, you got a new picture. I like your hair, girl. It's cute. Gabby says the pink thing in her hand squishes the metal into holding it. Oh. Mel Mix says, do not put that on white folks. I get my weaves and tracks from a beautiful black hairdresser. I mean, so does Nicole, girl. Okay, so does Nicole. We used to do that in 2007 with feathers and sparkles. Oh. Okay. Annie says, I don't understand what's wrong. I just don't know how you comb it. Because you can't comb it from the root, right? Also, how do you get it off if it's glued? I just don't know. I'm not white, but I know about the glue. But hers were done very poorly. High-end salons used to offer it. Oh. Paige says she just doesn't exactly have enough hair to cover the beads. Oh. Microlinks. Gabby says, when you see white girls with a bunch of metal clips in their hair and when it's up in a ponytail, that's what that is, like Darcy. Darcy has that? Huh. Are you guys watching Darcy and Stacy? Huh. I did that for a few white friends and they let them slip and they don't comb. Oh. I mean, it seems like it would hurt if you combed it, right? Because it's glued to like a piece like this. And then like, even if you did comb it, it's just like pulling, oof. I think one of Kim Zolciak's kids have those microlinks. I think a few influencers have them too. Okay. All right. It's common hair extension treatment for white women, and it's supposed to look more natural. You would use keratin to remove it. Oh. Okay. The toupee, I just can't. Oh, Stan's toupee. When he was combing it, I don't understand. Like, if this is gonna be brown, why don't you just make this brown too? Why is it that they always have the sideburns or this piece right here not the same color? Okay, it's called fusion. Oh, look at all these people who I have not seen. LaDonna B, Sean, Christina. Hello, everyone. Y'all are real jumping in now to answer these questions. Tamika, have you all liked this video? Pay attention to the profile of white reality stars when it's in a ponytail. You see a bunch of metaphors, but okay, I will. I didn't know what was going on, child. I said okay, and then the end result is still interesting. Why is this the end result? I don't understand. Why is it two different textures of hair? Why is it like curly and then crimped and then straight? Girl, this looks heavy and hard. It looks like it hurts her. She looks very uncomfortable in this entire outfit that she was wearing. And I mean, but she makes a lot of sense. So the next day, Stan is sitting out in the front with his homeboy in his pajamas. And his homeboy is like, yeah, you done messed up. Go get that girl back. You know, make amends, make it right. Because you've been waiting for her for X amount of months. And, you know, I want you to like, you know, see this through. What you said it was wrong. So Stan's like, okay. So he makes a deal with her and they meet. She has him waiting for a full hour, sis. And I said, go on ahead and pull that card, sis. Go on ahead and pull that card and make him wait. He wants to see you. He messed up. So she gets there doing her best, looking her best. Okay, I showed you a picture of what she looked like. And she's very much, he says, you look beautiful. She says, I know. He says, I really like your hair. It looks great. And she's like, I am aware of what I look like. And then he says, I'm sorry. And she's like, for what? And he's like, I'm sorry that I said what I said to you. It was inappropriate. I had a lot of sleep. And she's like, she just wants him to say sorry, but he has to add things to it. Like, I'm sorry. And I would not have said that had I not had drank in a little sleep. He ends up telling us or someone the real reason behind this frustration. But I just like, why couldn't you tell her that? Like, I was just super excited to see you and be with you. And then you came with a whole host of problems and it threw me off and I wasn't prepared to deal with it. I just wanted you to hold me and cuddle with me. But my thing is like, she's not going to cuddle with you with those night terrors. Like, she told this man that she don't want to sleep with him in the same bed because he has night terrors. I'm sorry, did his ex-wife not sleep with him because of the night terrors? And then next, what is a night terror? Like, to me, night terrors are what people have when they've come back from like war and they wake up like about to kill somebody or they like attack you in the sleep. Are you just having nightmares? Like, let's talk about these night terrors, sir. You are 65 years old, 60, 75, 65, 70 years old. And you going to tell us that you still have night terrors? Sir, I need you to fix this. I need you to fix this. Okay. So she was going to sleep in a separate room anyway, but he just wanted sex. I guess he wanted that affection that she didn't like give to him immediately. Whew. McMel says night terrors are very real and you can be injured. Yeah. I understand why she wants to sleep in a separate room, but like, he definitely needs to. I mean, this man is not 65. Who believes he's 65? If you do not believe that Stan is 65, I need you to put like a smiley emoji or a winky emoji in the comment section. It's like PTSD. So he needs to get that fixed. At 65, it's dangerous for him. Do you believe he's 65? If you do not believe that man is 65, give me a winky. I think yeah, me too. Yeah, thank you guys. That man, nobody's damn 65 years old. Okay. So he makes amends with her. She really tries to make him pay for it. And then she says, I stayed at a motel and you're going to pay for that too. Which I feel like, yes, I was okay with everything all demands that she put on him. Oh, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Marie-Anne, thank you so much. I appreciate it 100%. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm like squinting to see names. Thanks so much for being you, making my heart full and happy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for that. Closer to 73. That's what I'm saying. Frankie, what'd you make for dinner? Girl, what did you make for dinner? I've been waiting for you to tell me what you made for dinner, sis. Oh, what did you make for dinner? What did you make for dinner? Patricia says he could be 65, 68 if he's been a smoker or a drinker. I mean, he's definitely a drinker with his wine with the twist top. I said, what is this man drinking? What kind of wine is this that has a twist top on it? Am I being a snob? Oh, you guys, I really like this wine. Barrel House. The reason why I have it out is because my aunt was showing her. I was telling her it's delicious. I like my makeup today. I think I did a good job. Look at that highlight. Look at that contour. See? I like it. Okay. Oh, Victoria, thank you so much for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for that Cash App, Victoria. I appreciate you. Okay. Lone Star says it looks like it would hurt beyond if one of your thingies got stuck on something, like if you were walking by something. What thingies? What thingies? Also, Frankie, did you tell? Oh, shrimp Alfredo with spinach and salmon. Oh! What time is it where you're at? You're making dinner? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Are you in Europe? Yes, you are being a snob. Thanks, Mickey. Thank you. Mickey, I'm trying to get to Toronto, girl. Let me tell you. I'm traveling for my job this year, and one of the places people are going is Canada. Now, I'm not quite sure where it is. I gotta look it up to see, but I'm pretty sure it's in Toronto. And I was like, can I go? But Canada has like a COVID-19 something that's stopping like Americans from traveling as easy. Well, I'm vaccinated, but like, yeah. So I was just like, how about that? I would like to go to Canada. I had a good time last time I was there. I have grown kids, so I cook early. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You can stay with me, although I moved from my hip condo. Didn't you stay at a friend's cottage or something? So let's talk about your friend in her cottage. Chris and I will come. Um, oh my God, we don't speak like that, Wah. I know you don't. I know you don't. But some of you do, because I worked in New York City and there was a lot of Toronto people coming down. And there were some people who would be like, blah, 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 you know, no a boot though. I haven't heard a boot. And I had a roommate who was from Canada, and he would say like just things just like slightly different. He wasn't from Ontario though. Where was he from? Was he from Alberta? I think he's from Alberta. Shoot. Oh, it's late. I gotta go. Okay, let's get through this. All right. So, anyways, that's the end of that. Stan is ridiculous, and I hope that she takes him for all of his money. Okay. The next one and the last couple is Dante. And Nicole. So listen, Dante's stupid, okay? He getting all his little money taken away, and he's letting it happen. And he's gonna be real hurt and acting real dumb later on for no reason, okay? Like, so in this episode, what's the beginning of this episode? So this is the one after she played him in front of her mother. She goes back to his apartment and she sleeps in a separate bedroom. And then she goes the next day to get her hair done. He drops her off. So after her hair has been dyed, now she's getting extensions. And she meets a friend. Let me tell you, this friend, okay. When we talk about reality TV and produced segments, there are some people who are very good at it. Darcy and Stacy, very good at it. Nicole and her friend, very good at it. Nicole was meant to be on reality TV. She is very interesting. And I like the way she talks to the cameras. I like the way she's real in the moment. She's a little scammer. But as my sister said, if Dante is going to be a sucker, then she's going to lick. And that's exactly what's happening. She is talking to her ex. She's talking to somebody, two exes, male and female. Okay. She's getting her hair done. And her homegirl, which is this girl right here, is really good at the camera as well. She's good at keeping up the banter. She meets her at the hair salon while they're getting their hair done. The black lady who's doing her extensions, great banter. She's like, I just got out of prison and, you know, my man is going to pay for my hair. And I have a girl I was in love with and a dude I was in love with. Like, I was just like, you know what? I am not even mad at Nicole at all. And I fully support her not wanting to have sex with Deontay. Okay? He is throwing all this money at her with the expectation that she's going to come out and be his little sex slave, be his woman. And that is not what is happening. He threw all this money at her. And he says, well, you know, you wouldn't have been with me if I hadn't thrown all this money. And I said, ding, 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 that is the key. And she says, yes, I would have. And I said, no, man, you was a lie. You was a whole lie. You wouldn't have been with him. You might have kept him around. But listen. So he don't talk about how, because she's at his house, he asked her to dance for him. So she did, because she says she likes to do it. It's addicting. So I'm like, girl, then go get you a job. Okay? Go get you a job making your own money. She can make a lot of money. She got a big butt. She got a nice little body. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, haven't had sex with a man in 4 years. I'm not ready to do so. And I completely respect her desire to not have to do that. So I support it. McMill says, no, she sent him texts while she was in lockup promising sex and many babies. I mean, but that doesn't mean she had to have it right away. The reality, you know, I respect her decision to not do that with him, even though she might have said it to him. She know it was a lie, but he's so weird always with that toy and talking about it. Oh, it was weird. It was weird. So they go out after she gets her hair done and he pays for it and buys her an outfit. And they meet at a bar with the homegirl and his friend Derek. And Derek has a lot of questions and he says it. And Derek asks all those questions. Meanwhile, Nicole is looking at the door trying to figure out if her friend Tia is going to show up or not because she invited an ex, and then she ends up telling Dante that, and then she goes out to talk to this person. Meanwhile, her homegirl is hyping Derek up with the amount of times that she's had sex, in prison. And Dante's over there looking real awkward and weird because he's thinking that it's one thing, but it's not. And so it's just like this weird, awkward time, but also very fun and good for the cameras. It was a really good camera time back and forth with these two. And then she goes outside to call her friend Tia, wondering where Tia is. Tia says she's not showing up. She ain't finna be on camera in front of all these people. And Dante comes after her and is like trying to like cuss her out or like talk to her any kind of way. And she's like, boop, no. No. Every time she's always like, Dante, I'm not trying to argue with you. So what are you getting upset about? Don't come over here yelling at me, like whatever. She says that she loves him and that he's got pretty eyes and pretty teeth. He's kind of scrawny, but like she could handle that. But she's just not ready to have sex with him. And listen, again, I support her not wanting to have sex with him at this moment. I don't support her sneaking around and talking to other people, but like he's a fool. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And then we see that sometime during the season, his mother is talking to her about the fact that she hasn't had sex with her son, which is like wildly inappropriate. And I just like, no. Oh, the hair thingies. Oh, okay. The fake hair thingies. Oh yeah, I would snatch my whole head bald. 100%. I have visions of that toy on the top of a landfill being, oh no. No, no, no. Oof. Lone Star says, Ram and Quasi, I've had a few as an adult. They're a scary part when you wake up. Oh, night terrors? Mm-mm. DSJ says, consent to sex can change even if she previously agreed and lied. Yeah, I agree. I support that. Because like he's like, come on, girl, don't do that to me. Come on, girl. And then it was like, I hate that. I hated that growing up. I hate that as an adult. I hate when men like make it seem like they're good and they understand that you don't want to have sex, and then they're still trying to have sex with you anyway. I hate that. Just say you're not good, but don't try to trick me. Don't try to think it's something where you need to like weasel your way in. It's that weaseling that I don't like. Like I already said no, and I don't need you to put more pressure on me. And then that's when I learned as a woman that if I say no to something and then they say okay, and then we're still chilling, but then something else happens, I just gotta go. Like, because you're thinking, it's like they're taught that they need to like scheme. It's like, no, don't scheme. I don't need the scheming. I'm too much of a straightforward person. I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, yeah, it's the pressure. I already told you no. Like, I'm not somebody you need to scheme. I'm not somebody you need to like convince. I'm strong-headed. I know my mind. And if I change my mind, I change it. Okay, girl, I gotta go. Wanda, thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I support her control over her body, but she should have been a little bit more straight up while in jail when she told him that she had to get money on her books, and that's not cool. You're right. But in this moment, she has decided that that's not the thing she wants to do. So I want her to go be a stripper, though. I feel like, go make your money, boo. I think Nicole only has sex for money when she has to get that money. But when you guys, she went to prison at 18. I'm sorry, Vicky, this has nothing to do with your comment. I'm just throwing it out there. You guys can read her comment. I'm just saying, like, she went to prison at 18. So everything she's doing is in theory, unless she was just really out there like popping and locking as a child, as an 18-year-old. She's out there doing the do with Zach as an 18-year-old. But like 18, and she says that she got bad at 16. So 2 years into her bad streak, she just lost it all. I mean, I just don't know I just don't think that we're dealing with a fully realized adult. We're dealing with somebody who's playing at being an adult, 100%. And I think we're dealing with somebody who's gone through something. But like, I just think that the vibrato that she's giving off, we got to see past that. There's a little something more going on. because she is young. She's 18. You go into prison at 18? You're 18 when you come out. You didn't do any of the adult stuff. So I that might be true. So they get back to his place, and again, she like starts to do a little something for him on his lap to make him happy so that he'll leave her alone. And they sleep in separate bedrooms. And he's like, with your pretty feet. And I was like, look, this. Well, anyways, and yeah, he a fool. And I think they're gonna give us more interesting stuff as we go along. All right, you guys, that is it. I gotta go. I gotta be somewhere at 2. It is 1:40. And I have to eat. I'm not getting there at 2. I'm not getting there at 2. And people are waiting for me. I'm rude. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching this show. I want to thank you guys so much for all your support. Thank you to my moderators, Ramsterdam, Jessie Lee, Lynn J, Tiana, Mickey. I think those are the 5 people you all showed up and showed out today. And everybody in the chat, McMel, Vicky, everybody who was talking, Gordita, Marie. Thank you guys so much. Really, really do appreciate your support. Gabby, and who else have we gotten here? JW, Lone Star. Who else we gotten here that I know that always comes through? Got Tony and Frankie. Sorry, I'm going through fast. I thought that Hot Cocoa Bang Bang was in here, but Hot Cocoa Bang Bang, if you're in here, great. Marie, thank you so much for the super chat. Everybody who gave a super chat. And Lila, thank you guys so much. I want you guys to have a fantastic weekend. And I will see you next week to talk about other various shows, namely Love After Lockup, but like maybe a little Married at First Sight, but I can't guarantee that because you guys know I'm terrible. Married at First Sight is so long. It's like a 2-hour show, girl. It's like hard. All right. See you somewhere on the internet. Follow me on all my social medias. And you guys have a fantastic day. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Love you guys. Me and you must never die. Maki da da. Me and you, my key da da.